Good morning, everyone. Today we are discussing social media marketing. First, we need to know when did the birth of social media happen. 1971 was the first time email was sent out. If you would see the timeline series, you would actually know that the evolution of social media. So, 1971, email was first sent out, then came Usenet, then the servers. 1991 was the first beckoning, the first point, the first time a social medium, a more interactive medium was used was when they set up personal websites, discussions, group, chat, and everything, like a Yahoo chat and everything. 1995, the first social networking site came on, that is the classmates.com. And 1998 to 2004, we saw a whole revolution of blogs, podcasts, Wikipedia, WikiLeaks, and beyond 2005, what happened was people connected social media to real time. Twitter came on, Facebook came on, YouTube came on. So everything, even the web was evolving, and the latest version of the web is the social media. What exactly is social media? If I would just have to give you a literally description, social media describes the online technologies and practices that people use to share opinions, insights, experiences, perspectives with each other. That is what Wikipedia close in quotes. Explaining it is very important. We have platforms like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Flickr, Picasa, mm, Pinterest, Instagram. All of these are all online portals. These are all online technologies and practices that people have using actively using to share, to engage with each other, to share their opinions about everything, to give a proper insight. Like if example, if I am having a pack of Maggie every day and uploading a picture every day, it gives a consumer behavioral in the back end that okay, so this person from this age group is eating Maggie every day because this is the reason. So when as a brand you are targeting your or you're approaching your target audience, you will look into this behavioral insights. So you can say this is the reason social media is so important, because you actively get insights out of it, you get learning out from whatever the people are updating, whatever the people are tweeting about, whatever the people are liking to watch as a video on YouTube, everything. And as a brand, it is very important for people it is very important for the brand to interact with each other, interact with the consumer and interact with the audience, to increase the sales, to increase the ROI of itself. Okay, the more characteristics and one and more characteristics of social media. Okay, so if I would see this participation, participation is from a user's end. If I am participating on a social network, why am I participating? The end result will be openness, a shareability, and engagement. That's what I'm looking for, right? So if I'm sharing a picture, my openness is will be to share a picture. Participation is the knack for me to update the picture. What brings us together? Connectedness is what social media is giving us. So if I am eating a bowl of top ramen soup and I want my friend to know it, or I want to show everyone that this is the restaurant I went to, and this is how exactly great it is. For me to stay connected with the restaurant, with my friends, to show what I'm eating, to basically have a social acceptability score, would be the social channels, because they are bringing us together. They are creating a bridge between us and the brands also, in a way. So if this is from a user perspective, it's me. So this slide will make you understand where exactly social media comes in. So you are as an opinion, you have an opinion and you need to inform these people, them. So what is the exact straight medium that you can use nowadays? As again I'm saying is the evolution of media has happened. So use nowadays is getting involved is by online communities, message, email list. So basically being online and doing it real time. Real time is whatever you're doing right away. So, if you would visualize a social network, this is what exactly it will look like. So, if you are a participatory group enabled through platforms such as blogs, media sharing, feeds, communities, mobile technology, people are meeting, connecting, organizing, sharing, collaborating in unpredictable fashion. So, from one bundle to another bundle, you're connected. So, from a one person to another person, you're connected via a server or via social server, email, social media, everything. We need to understand one more thing while we are going for this class is social media and digital media. What is the difference? So digital media is the mother of social media in the way like social media is a very integral part of digital media, but beyond that, digital media also has a scope of something like a mailer, an emailer, how you reach out to your audience, and how you run ads, and how you basically the whole world wide web in that way. Let's understand some interesting and updating facts about the evolution of social media. If you would understand the consumer pattern, the usage that the mileage this platforms has, you can easily coax a brand, or that would this data would easily coax a brand to come online. So let's check it out. So, if Facebook were a country, it would be the third most populated in the world ahead of the United States. The others, as we all know, is India and China. That's the whole usage. 500 billion people almost is the amount of people on Facebook. 500 billion, the number of minutes spent on Facebook per month. Last year, that number was 150 billion. So, this is the latest data that we've got from 2014. This states that, 500 billion number of minutes people have spent every month on Facebook. Last year, it was 150 million. So, imagine the amount of audience you can tap to get your message across, to get your brand across. 25 billion, the amount of content, web links, news stories, blog posts, notes, photos, etc. shared each month on Facebook. That is more than 6x of last year's volume. Again, we can tap this whole 25 billion content pieces, connect it to the brand, use it from a brand's perspective, reach out to people in this way. 24 hours the amount of video uploaded to YouTube every minute. That's more than double last year's volume. 2 billion the number of YouTube videos viewed per day. That's twice as many as last year. So just imagine if you have the content that would go viral. Now virality content, we will reach these points later in our course, but right now if you have a certain content, if you have a hilarious content, if you have interactive content, if you have a socially led content, just imagine the amount of views you would be getting if you're promoting, if you're running an ad about it, you're posting it on Facebook, you're posting it on your personal profile, you're posting it on different various things across all social media channels, more like cross promoting. You will have so much of, let's not say positive, negative, let's say, you'll have so much of views, so much of um, spread or reach of your brand or of the content itself. 95, the percentage of companies using LinkedIn to find and attract employees. 55, 59 use Facebook and 42% use Twitter. So LinkedIn again as a social media platform is very important because LinkedIn is a professional network, but just imagine when 95% of the companies are using LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn also has like something called LinkedIn Plus, or more like a content sharing platform. So, people who are very interested to, collaborate together, to start a business together, probably looking out for a job, they publish content. They try to get their visibility and their ranking high so that people across the LinkedIn network could connect with them. So that's a huge responsibility, not it's a new accessibility overall. Then LinkedIn is providing us as a user and also us as a brand. One in six, the number of marriages last year between people who met through social media. That's more than twice the number of people who met at bars, clubs, and other social events combined. Why do you think dating apps like Tinder, like Woo, like Truly Madly, like um, basically Facebook also works? Because again, it's a very prompt thing. It again comes from a old age culture of being on chat rooms and everything, the whole audience shift that we have experienced. And now what we see is it's not only about content that we are consuming, it's also about a personal thing. So hence brands like which falls in a relationship sector or in a life and relationship sector, these they tap this kind of audience who are looking for a matrimonial approach, or they basically tap these audience by their content consumption. If they are consuming a lot of relationship related content, so they will automatically see ads on Facebook which will have a dating app, which will be a Jeevan Sati app, which will have marriage related app, something like that. This is a old data, but this is data from 2010. But if you would multiply it, you will know that 27 million, the average number of tweets per day on Twitter. Okay, that's a hell lot of a number. That is again 8x of data from 2006. So just imagine if 27 million tweets, out of the 27 million tweets, even 2 million tweets talks about your brand or about the topic you are talking about. So that will give a visibility to so many people that it will be a profitable plus it depends whether it will be a profitable or a negative sentiment view for your brand or for yourself. But what will it do is give you a huge amount. It will give a 27 million reach overall, if we are counting it as a unique means, if I'm agreeing to the fact that 27 million tweets came from 27 million people. So that's the amount of reach we can get on Twitter, or we can tap in Twitter every day. Let's define social media, so this is a very interesting way to analyze social media's objectives, plus to understand what social media can do in your life. Social media is the ongoing conversation of the planet. Again, the real time conversation on the planet. So, social media, Twitter, giving you example, Twitter came to everyone's knowledge when the Tahrir Square incident happened in Egypt. So, when people were protesting out in Tahrir Square, there was a normal person who tweeted about Tahrir Square and tagged BBC, and it went viral. People protested across the world to stop the mutiny that was going in Egypt. Media got covers, like Times ran so many articles on about Twitter, about the images that are surfacing in Twitter, because media were not able to get there while Twitter was already there because Twitter is accessible. Media people to get there with their vans, it was not. So you could see there's a whole paradigm shift. So from a mainline, from what you could watch in TV, now is what you can carry across your phones, your tablets, your computer, everything. So it is a source of news. It is a connector to the giant multi-cell organism called planet Earth. As time goes on, social media is my home on the internet. It is my home page, the place where I spend the most time. It is where I do business. It's where I hang out with my friends. It's where I find out about new movies, television, and about the products. It's my diary. Looking back on my wall, I have a history that is far richer than any diary or journal. This has been said by the VP Marketing of Flume. Social media is the mainstream. The average Facebook user age continues to rise. It's not just kids anymore. So previously, social media had this whole connotation. Okay, so it is between 16-year-old to 24-year-old. No, social media is rising. The age, the whole user base is expanding in terms of age. So nowadays, digital age is coming on. Your parents know how to use social media. Your parents are on social media. So even if there is a product which can be like an example, an insurance product which can be targeted to your parents for a life insurance or for your insurance, then definitely they will be targeting that target group or the age group your parents fall in. So social media is expanding, and that is good for a brand, for a user, because a user is learning something, becoming more digitally innovative. But again, in terms of a brand perspective, it is hugely great. Social media is like water. On its own, water does come cool things, but when combined with other compound, it enable the evolution of all forms of life. Social media on its own is nice, but when combined with other tools, it is enabling everything to evolve from communication to business to politics to marketing. This is the whole sum up of social media that someone has ever given. Again, understanding what social media does in your life. Social media is a medium connector. That's what I showed you in slide 2. You have the information, you have a urge to share it. Social media just brings you, is like the mediator which gives you a platform to share. So in terms of communication, from communication, it means from a user perspective, from a brand perspective, to business. You have started up something and you want people to know about it. What you do, you go on LinkedIn, you share about your business. You go on Facebook, you share about your business module and your business, what exactly are you marketing, everything. And politics, politically reformed, because you need to treat politics as political marketing also in a way, because until and unless you show the most positive side of your political government or an organization, people won't have a positive reflect or a positive visibility about the brand or about what they are doing until and unless you show what you are doing for your country. If, I'm giving an example of a government. If as a government you're not showing to your country that this is what development I am doing in this sector today and tomorrow I'll do this in this sector, then people who are digitally aged, who are mostly online, they, it will be a real time connection with them. They'll understand. They might not have a positive approach to it, but their positive approach would be, okay, so this is the picture I'm seeing. The first refreshing idea that, okay, this is a picture, so my government is doing something. So goes for a brand. So if you would probably see what Maggie did in the crisis department when in India, when it got pulled out. What Maggie did was Maggie replied to everyone, every comment, every tweet that was against Maggie. They did an online listening. Online listening means they took the word Maggie and they searched it on online listening tools. So any conversation around Maggie got recorded. And what they did ORM. They did online response management. So what they did is they correctly responded to every tweet, every negative tweet that came on Maggie, trying to explain the fact that no, Nothing has gone wrong from our end or whatever the whole Nestle company projected as. Um, so going to the next slide, social media is the same today as it was yesterday. It's just now reached such a critical mass, it's too hard to ignore. You don't want to be that guy or that brand who refuse to adapt to change and lose touch with reality or with real time things. Giving you a proper digital experience. So, these the previous slides were more talking about experiences from different people or certain insights in terms of usage and how many people are there to justify the fact why social media is needed. This last slide just shows, it's gonna be there, it has been there, it's gonna be there. It can't be ignored. Social media can't be ignored anymore, and it is very important for a brand, for any individual who wants to stay rightly connected, to be on social media. You don't want to get a bomb blast news late in the next newspaper. You would rather want a live to know within an hour. It probably start trending on Twitter. It'll probably start trending on Facebook. Probably you'll have all news channels running clips online because they would get so many, user generated video clips if there's a bomb blast somewhere. So the reach is huge, and social media is a medium that every brand and user should tap on. So digital experiences explaining it's you, the person, and your social media is a word of mouth. So whatever you are saying on social media is your word of mouth. So if you're having a good experience, you share it. So it is very design centric, your content. So as a brand or as a person, if you're having a good experience or if you want to share anything, or you want to product your or you want to market your products, you talk about it. You go content focus. If it's a new product launch, you talk about it, you spread content about it, and automatically you're being interactive. People will interact with you. People want to know what exactly are you trying to sell, what exactly is the good experience you're talking about, what exactly is the mouth, what exactly is your company doing. So, marketers will share their experience and will create conversation and relationship and actually inflict affinity in the whole digital space. So, this is the flow that, basically is taken. So, as a brand, it's very important for you, or as a user, it's very important for you to share whatever you're feeling or anything about your product and what you're marketing as. And you design a whole concept and a content flow which will help you to interact with the audience who are there, or to tap into the audience who are there on our social media sites. The satisfaction effect is also something that is very interesting if you would know or you want to succeed in social media marketing. Is when this is also a model that is hugely followed across social media by brands. So if you buy a product, suppose you buy Maggie again, and you love the taste of about how new Maggie product tasted like, and you become a repeated customer of it, and your word of mouth, and you spread across, you talk about it. Where do you talk about it? You talk about it online, you talk about to your friends, and then you slowly become the influencer in that category. Like probably what you will be next is, as a brand, when you're sharing so many good experiences, so many positive stories about what people liked, and what kind of products they have liked, and the ownership increases, the whole positive lookout for the brand increases. Coming to the main point, the evolution. So, giving an example, so this is, broadcast, we tell you, example, the New York Times, the CNN. So what previously used to happen in the mainline, what mainline is, okay, big media buys for display advertising. They publish and broadcast and they send it out to the newspaper, magazine, TV to get it published and broadcast, which goes to the passive readers and the audience. Now they get the information, what has been coming, what they are seeing, what are they are reading. But then what next was the question. Interactive is tell us what you think of what we tell you. Okay, example like a nytimes.com or like a CNN, like the web. What happens is whatever like a publisher or a broadcast, whatever news and content you're spreading into newspaper, magazine, and web video. All of these are online, and the forums, comments, rating, these are all interactive. So after you read the news, you can comment. So you have a opinion that you can share your opinion. You can share an opinion about your product. If you're consuming a certain product and there's a review, you can write about it, something like that. So you become interactive. Then you come to social media, tell each other. So this is where social media as a brand comes in. So you can have a direct conversation with your target audience as a brand. You as a user, you can have a direct conversation with each other and decide on something. So smaller targeted media buys for contextual advertising. We are not focusing on terms like contextual advertising and everything right away. Understand the whole flow. So in social media, we tell it to each other. We go to Wikipedia, Slashdot, Oh My News, Facebook, Twitter. What you did is do collaborate publication. You pay less and you publish your content. You send out ads, which is far more less expensive than the mainline costings that we showed you in this terms in newspaper, magazines, and TV. Because in newspaper, magazines, and TV, you're not getting a roundabout. Okay, you are not connecting the loop. You're just telling, the media is just telling it to you. Okay, this is my product and this is what they can do, and you as an audience, you are looking at it and you're like, okay. So for an interactive one, you can share them, you can share your feedback in terms of comments, ratings, and forums. But in terms of social media, if you would see, you can share it, you can talk about it, you can comment, you can like, and you can become a brand influencer. Like if you talk about it too much, brand would be tapping you to get more positive sentiments or to get more ROI out of the whole experience. So concluding something, engagement is all about making it relevant to the consumer. If you see the whole evolution shift, you would see that what makes social media so huge, or what is the difference, positive difference from a mainline or from a even interactive from to a social media, is you can engage with each other, you can engage and share, you can engage with the brand and talk about experiences. And hence engagement is all about making it relevant to the consumer. So this is what Ernst and Young CMO had said, that if you are tapping your consumer right and if they are engaging back with you, then that is the most beneficial point in terms of your business. So if you could catch their attention on social media, you will have the engagement, and hence a roundabout circle would be closed. You as a brand can further on engage with them and create a more holistic environment of marketing. Different levels of engagement, if you would see, identification is the most basic level of engagement. Most basic level of engagement in terms of, if your brand is putting out an ad and I'm just looking at it, I saw it. Okay, so that's identification for me. I just looked at it and acknowledged, okay, I know this brand, or okay, this is a new ad. Okay, okay, it's selling something like a new holiday package. Belonging, having sense of shared values and common experience. So if I really want to know about it, or if I really want to, I have been there, I've used it, and I want to share my experience, then that is belonging. So I click on it, that is belonging. If I like it, that is belonging. What is commitment? Commitment, people who are passionate enough to devote a lot of time and a lot of money. So commitment would be if you are buying it. So that's where the whole ROI, or that's where the whole consumer journey closes in a loop. So you identify the brand, then you engage with the brand, engage in the, you belong with the brand, then you understand the brand, then you have an active conversation with the brand, and then you commit to the brand. How you commit to the brand is by purchasing a certain stuff. How do you commit with the brand? By subscribing to a certain stuff, something like that. As a user, I post on blogs, tweet, update my status, buy, and rate things on Facebook because I can express myself to millions of people at once. I like the rush and I feel empowered. So, as a user, that should be how social media should be treated. But as we are talking about social media marketing, you need to understand what as a brand you need to do. Social media is capturing the attention of everyone and making a relevant stand and recall for the brand. So you are introducing the brand and creating a conversation with the brand or engagement with the brand, and you are making a relevant stand. Hence, the whole commitment part will come true because people would buy your stuff and would recall your brand. This is what exactly social media is and how social media marketing came into flow. Thank you.